The story begins in Scotland with Bart, a cold and calculating man who earns his living through shady, high-interest loans, targeting desperate individuals with no other options. Bart intimidates a man behind on payments, but the man fails to repay the debt. Bart then uses Dany as the ultimate threat. After the fight, Bart casually places the collar back on. The message is clear: Dany is a weapon, and Bart controls the trigger. No emotion, not even a reward, just obedience. Days later, Bart and Dany enter a posh jewelry shop expecting the usual intimidation routine. Bart demands overdue payments from the owner. But the shopkeeper refuses. He orders his men to disarm Bart and restrain his crew before Bart can signal Dany. With the collar still on, Dany doesn't move, just stands still, blank-faced. Bart manages to escape, scrambles toward Dany, and rips the collar off him.
Stop him!
The shopkeeper quickly agrees to Bart's demands. Bart collars Dany once more after the fight. To prevent hesitation again, Bart creates a new control system, a red light tied to a panic button. When the light flashes, Dany has to attack. He instructs Dany to remain in place, watching for the signal. But in the room, there's a piano. Its presence pulls at Dany. Instead of waiting for the light, he presses a key, fascinated by the gentle tone. Then, a blind man named Sam walks in. Sam welcomes Dany warmly and asks for help. He instructs Dany to press keys. Suddenly, Sam hears something, the faint sound of a scuffle. Dany rushes into the next room, but he's too late. Bart and his team have been knocked down. Back home, Bart blames Dany for the failure and locks him in the cage. A security guard who witnessed Dany's earlier fight was impressed and proposed underground death matches with high-stakes cash prizes, but the loser doesn't walk away. Bart, greedy and thrilled, agrees immediately. Dany wins in brutal fashion, leaving the crowd stunned. Bart is ecstatic since the fight earns him more than his entire career in loan sharking. He offers Dany a rare reward to ask for anything he wants. Dany responds, suggesting a piano. Bart bursts into laughter since it sounds ridiculous. Suddenly, a truck knocks them and opens fire, riddling Bart's car with bullets. A shopkeeper, whom Bart once humiliated in his store, is watching from nearby and is now getting his revenge. As the truck speeds off, the wreckage is catastrophic. After an ambush gone wrong, Bart is injured, and Dany flees into the streets. Lost and wounded with nowhere to turn, Dany returns to the warehouse, the only place where he ever felt safe. But Sam is also there. Before Dany can speak, he collapses from blood loss. He wakes up in a strange bed, disoriented and scared. Without thinking, he crawls under the bed, trembling. Sam enters, calm and gentle, holding toast with peanut butter. He tells Dany he's been unconscious for 2 days and assures him there are no expectations. He'll only speak if Dany wants to talk. Later, he meets Sam's teenage girl, Victoria, Sam's stepdaughter. She greets Dany with curiosity and offers him a small keyboard that belonged to her late father, Sam's best friend. That night, for the first time, Dany joins them at the dinner table, awkward, unsure how to hold a spoon. But neither Sam nor Victoria judges him. Slowly, he begins to feel like part of a family and begins to remember his past. He starts to rediscover humanity and even plays piano. Later, when Dany moves from the store, he meets Bart's nephew, who informs Bart. Bart just laughs and then says it's back to business. Bart drags Dany to a brutal underground match. But, before it begins, Dany speaks up quietly. He doesn't want to hurt people anymore. Bart doesn't listen. He dangles the one thing he knows Dany longs for, a piano. He tells him if he fights and wins, he'll buy him one. But Dany still refuses, so Bart pushes him harder into the arena. The fight organizer grows nervous since Dany isn't fighting back. He just stands, barely dodging, barely defending himself. Bart, furious, tosses a weapon into the ring. However, Dany hesitates, and his opponent snatches the axe. Even with weapons drawn, the match is too tame for the organizer. There's no blood, no thrill. He escalates with more thugs enter the arena. Dany finds himself surrounded, outnumbered, and without any weaponry. He does his best to defend himself. But when it comes down to the final man, he refuses to kill him. Angrily, Bart screams, if Dany loses the match, he will die. However, Dany doesn't listen to him, forcing Bart to shoot the opponent several times. He throws Dany back into the cage when they get home, ranting about money lost and loyalty broken. Across town, Sam and Victoria sit at the dinner table, sick with worry. They don't know where Dany is. Later, when Bart leaves, Dany sees his chance. He pries open the cage bars and searches the house, and he finds an old photo. He notices a young woman sitting at a piano, and she bears an uncanny resemblance to him. When Bart returns, Dany confronts him. He knows the truth now. That woman, she's his mother. But Bart shrugs it off, saying she was just a prostitute who died when Dany was a kid. The next day, Bart takes Dany along on another job. Suddenly, Dany attacks the driver, and the car loses control. When the car crashes, Dany escapes after ripping off the collar and runs back to Sam and Victoria's house. He remembers hiding in a closet, the sound of men breaking in, his mother trying to fight, and how they killed her in front of him. When Sam returns, Victoria pulls him aside. She tells him Dany remembers everything now and they have to leave town fast. However, it's already too late. Bart and his gang have located them and parked outside. Dany locks Sam and Victoria in a closet and tells them to stay quiet when Bart's men storm the house. Bart becomes furious and grabs a gun before charging inside. Bart finally corners Dany but doesn't shoot him. He pulls out the collar, trying one last time to control Dany. He begs Dany to come home. Dany lunges forward, grabs Bart by the throat, and slams him against the wall, releasing years of pent-up rage. Victoria and Sam burst from the closet, shouting for Dany to stop. Dany yells that Bart murdered his mother. After hearing this, Bart mocks Dany by saying he'll always be just a dog. Sam reacts aggressively, grabbing a flower pot and smashing it over Bart's head, knocking him out cold. Months later, inside Carnegie Hall, Sam and Dany sit quietly in the audience. On the stage, Victoria walks to the piano. She dedicates the piece to Dany and begins to play the Mozart sonata. As the notes drift through the air, something breaks open in Dany once more. He remembers the song and his mother, and for the first time in his life, his tears fall not from pain but from joy. Subscribe for more dramas like this, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps the channel grow.